last 8 years is to focus on the civil and public service, which is the engine of government, and say, look, what are the challenges? What are the issues you have?
Yes, let's go straight into it. We do know that your administration is very popular for its transformative reforms, especially in public service. So I'd like to start with asking you what moved you to prioritize civil service reforms and what were the key challenges that you faced in implementing them?
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm really glad to be with you, Arise. I believe this is the first interview I'm having with you.
Well, finally, we're able to catch you towards the end of your
because I've been very busy. Because I've been very busy building. I believe now is the time to talk. When I was walking, I couldn't say much. That I wanted the evidence to show, and I wanted to evidence whatever talk I was going to have with you. You see, one of the challenges of our country today is the inability of government to drive through its policies. So it's one thing for government to say, to come up with policies, to say they will do this or they will do that. But it's another to have the structure and the institutions to make those things happen. And the civil service or the public service is that institution of government that has responsibility not only for policy, haven't done its analysis, but also to make it happen, to execute on policies. So you keep hearing, oh yes, great policies, but poor execution, because we haven't paid enough attention to those people who are supposed to drive through government policies. So for instance, you say, education is my priority. I want to get the children of a particular area or country educated. This is how I want to measure the quality of education I intend to pass on. Then you go back to go back and say, okay, who is going to do what? Who is responsible? What are our priorities? Who is supposed to, ensure that things are done and there's a monitoring process? The bureaucracy is supposed to do that. So what we've done in Edo in the last 8 years is to focus on the civil and public service, which is the engine of government, and say, look, what are the challenges? What are the issues you have? First, it's motivation, just respecting them, making them feel relevant, making them feel important. It's not only about money. It's also about a sense of belonging. Second is infrastructure. You don't expect them to use their bare hands. The environment in which they work, aligns with how you even think about them. So if you go to Edo today, one of the things we've done is to ensure that we've improved the work environment, the infrastructure of our workforce. Thirdly, the tools for them to work. Today in a digital world, you can't be using papers. You can't be, your files can't be missing. With technology, there's just so much efficiency and transparency which you can bring into play in managing the way institutions work. That's what happens in many private sector institutions. I know bank managing directors who approve billion naira credits on their phone. They don't have to wait for all the bundles of paperwork as it used to be in the past. There's really no reason why government cannot and should not operate that way. And that's what we've done in Edo. And then lastly is that certainty, certainty that after they have worked, they will be compensated while they're working. And after they have worked, they're not just going to be trashed. Their pensions, their gratuities, their obligations should be paid and should be paid to them. So these are some of the key planks of the reform we've undertaken in the state. And let me just add also, while they are in service, you've got to continue to upgrade their knowledge. You've got to continue to train them. You've got to continue to make sure that whatever they are doing is relevant. And finally, you must have a monitoring and evaluation system to make sure that their policies have the effects they have, and it's actually introducing the changes that you intended when you set up the policies in the first place. So in a nutshell, that's what we've tried to do in Edo in the last 8 years. First, show more respect, attention to our public servants. improve their work environment, create a lot more certainty for them in the workplace, train them better, pay them better, and when they finish work, ensure that they're not forgotten.
Well, we hope that that continues to be the focus for Edo State. Even though you are on the way out, we hope it continues that way. But
let me just quickly reiterate on what Obaseki said about how he reformed the civil servant and how the civil servant should be operated. First, he said motivation. You respect them. You give them sense of belonging. Very important. You give them sense of belonging. You respect them. You motivate them. Then secondly, infrastructure. The place where they are working must be conducive for them to deliver good service. Just like before, during the time of Oshomole, if I should show you guys how the civil servant secretariat was, you guys will be amazed. A situation where they will need to leave the office to go and pass excreta somewhere in another building, some inside the bush. That was the situation of our secretariat, civil servant secretariat. As at then, he came, he reformed it, he renovated it, built it, made it super. Then he talked about the tools to work. He said, not in this time and age, files will be missing. And he said, with technology, it makes work more efficient and it makes you to save data and store up your information. And it makes work more efficient and fast. That in this digital age, where bank managers are using smartphone to approve billions of naira, we'll still be talking of manual. That was why he digitalized every sector in Edo State. Every single sector in Edo State was digitalized by Godwin Obaseki. Then he went further to talk about their retirement, or also while they are in office. You continue to compensate them, and even while they retire, you continue to pay their gratuity, their pension. You continue to pay. You continue to look after them. You don't just treat them. Take note of that word. You don't treat them like trash. And the one that really got me is this. He said, while they are serving, you continue to upgrade them. Continue to upgrade them to see that what they are doing is efficient. As a continue upgrade. Because we know in this digital age, the more new knowledge is coming up all the time. There need to be constant upgrade of knowledge. More especially when you are working with technology. More especially when you are working with technology, say you continue to upgrade them. You can see the effort that this man put into reforming the Edo State civil servant. You can see. And today we are hearing that the civil servant recreation center for over a year is being shut down by the current administration. A recreation center that was meant for the civil servant that after work they can relax there, they can do some body exercise, they can do some as in sitting down with friends and have a rethink of their work and just take away their pressure of work sometimes, or a place to relax and have a reflection, has been shut down for over a year. A center that is meant to look after the well-being of the civil servant that Obaseki described as the engine room engine room of government. The engine room. Imagine when you don't service the engine of your car. When you don't give the best to the engine of your car, it means that car will not move. It will not move. So if you want to succeed as a governor, you must look out for the engine room of your administration, which is the civil servant. You must look out for their well-being. Nowadays, we see people just slump and just go. We see people who become too fat, as in more weight, but that place was created for them to have a relaxed gym, keep fit for their work. And this administration shut it down. Obaseki, God bless you. You did a whole lot for Edo State. And on behalf of the good people of Edo State who know what good governance is all about, I say thank you, sir. It is those who have knowledge, those who are educated, that really know what you did in Edo State. All the ones that are saying Obaseki did not do anything, many of them I have encountered, they are so ignorant. And at the same time, so ignorant. Let's leave it that way. You did a whole lot. Here in Germany, for example, the profession that I am into, I went to school, I graduated, the profession I'm into, no month, as in each month, there is what they call Fortbildung. Fortbildung means further learning, further learning. Though I went to school, I graduated, I have my certificates, but every month there is what we call Fortbildung. Concerning your course, you continue to learn. Even while you are not in school, you continue to learn. You are upgraded in order for you to bring out quality service. So the reason why I so much align with what Obaseki is doing is because I am here in Europe. I can relate with everything that he's doing, and I can measure it to what I am seeing in Germany, to be precise. Let's talk about the Edo job. For example, Edo job. There is a center here in Germany called Job Center. Job Center. What are they doing there? You go there when you are looking for a job. You go there, you register, and when they find a place for you, you come and you start working. Obaseki brought that same idea and name it Edo job. That when you want to work and you have searched and you have not seen, you can easily go there and they register you, and when they have a place for you, you come. They even created it to the extent that if you want to do handwork, there is a place they infuse you into their plan. I could relate with everything Obaseki did in Edo State. I can liken it to what I am seeing in Germany. That is why I cannot say bad about some things that Obaseki did in Edo State. Agberu administration that people, as in, that just think that the only means of development is, this Agberu administration, what they know is that the only form of development is just road. Just road is the only form of development. Like when I ask people, they will just be into road, into this, into that, as it just road. I'm like, is road the only form of development in a state? What about human capital development? Human capital development. Developing the people. Developing them to the extent that many can stand for themselves. They can fight out poverty out by themselves, by the level of knowledge you impart inside of them. By the level, what, see, in any form of development, human capital development is the greatest. And that was what Obaseki did in the past 8 years. Human capital development, developing the people. Thank you. That's why I talk and reach. Please, what do you think about Obaseki? Write it on the comment section. Please.